Just go.
This is Tractor Tuesday Live, hosted by 6th generation Nebraska farmer and Tractor Tuesday founder, Zach Bosley. Join us each week as he sits down with farmers, innovators, dealers, and creators who are enhancing the culture within agriculture. Right here on Tractor Tuesday Live.
Hey, we're really live, so I got to watch my mouth here. I don't want to ruin it and blow the whole business up with one bad phrase. But my name is Zach Bosley. We're Tractor Tuesday, tractortuesday.com. We're live here in beautiful Hastings, Nebraska. We've got a few things to talk about today. We've got some awesome improvements to our system at Tractor Tuesday. And we also have a guest. I think he's coming on here in a little bit. He's fighting with DOT right now. So he's working on something. And if you can't tell, he's in more so the trucking space. So the cool thing is about Tractor Tuesday, I guess we cover 2 out of 3 of the big 3 for the category side of things. You know, we've got farm machinery and semi-tractors and trailers. So kind of what we wanted to talk about a little bit is how we've evolved into more of the all things offering here at Tractor Tuesday. And what I'd really love to showcase is for more of our dealership partners today. I did a quick demo last week of the Facebook exporter. We've kind of expanded upon that. We've got more than just Chrome. I believe we've got Firefox, and I think we're waiting on approval from Safari, and then some of the mobile web browsers. It's a little bit of a trick. It's a little bit of effort to go through. But the cool thing is if you have an account at Tractor Tuesday, you don't even have to think about it. You just log in. It's a lot easier on a desktop or a laptop type computer, but you can just log in and basically everything will be dialed in for you. So let me just show you, if you are a dealership, what it could look like to go through and to export some of the inventory that you have. Again, I'm just going to do my entire screen, so I'll probably dox myself, and we'll make sure that we're good to go here. But I'm going to start sharing that. And we'll just go right into it. So if everything looks okay, I've got the entire dashboard of a dealership up here. So I'm just kind of impersonating them, if you will. But you can see some of this inventory. They got prices, it looks like on 8 of the 10 here that are on this page. But every single unit, you've got the opportunity to post it to Facebook right here from your dashboard as you're going through and you're managing your inventory. So you're going through, you can search by machine name if you wanted to. You know, I see there's 2162s here. So, you know, we can see that we could, I've got 3 of these units, but, you know, we're not getting any of them sold here too quick. We've got a little bit of differences here on the model years and the pricing and everything. And you can just go through and you could do it by searching, or you could just go through all of your inventory like I had up before. But again, it's that easy. We ought to put a clock up here. But if you go in and just trying to find everything with pricing, we'll go on this first one. I have this 8250 right here. We'll just click it. So it's doing the job here for us automatically. It's getting this all loaded up again. And just like you saw last week, really simple, really cut and dry. You could go through once the images are done, click through again. You could post it to Marketplace or any of the other farm type appropriate groups. Click publish, you're good to go. So that's the first unit. So we did that. And we're in there, and I'll go back into that, and it already shows, hey, it's posted. So at least you have a reference point from a dealership. You can go through all of your inventory, everything that you have, and then you already know if you've posted it. Just wanted to show it what it looks like for our dealership friends on what exactly we're doing here at Tractor Tuesday for the Facebook export. So if you have just one simple unit, no big deal. You know if you did it, obviously. But if you've got a whole mess of units, you've got dozens and dozens, it's an easy way to stay organized and go through all your equipment. So again, Tractor Tuesday, the Facebook exporter, something we're really excited about. You know, and I guess I ought to do this, Kyle, who's our producer on the back end. But I think I'm going to show Tractor HQ and just show other people what we're really doing behind the scenes, because a lot of folks, they really don't know what we do at Tractor Tuesday. And I'm not mad at you. I guess I understand why you may not understand what we do, because it's not necessarily all public facing, and it hasn't been. You know, there's a lot of what we're doing here from a farmer's perspective, but we also understand what it takes to sell equipment as well. So we've got a lot of tools. we're very much developer heavy. I think if you add me into our total employee count, we've got 13 folks so far, and 7 of them, I believe, are full-time as developers, and we've got 1 part-time developer. And I always love to brag about our developers. Oh, God, I don't even know if half of us are in the United States anymore. The other half of our team is based out of Frankfurt, Germany. And you hear me repeat the same things over and over again, but it's a nice dynamic that we have that development presence over in Germany, because when it's midnight here in Hastings, it's 7 a.m. in Frankfurt. So a lot of these, if we ever have any challenges or anything that we're working through, most times, my alarm's going off at 4:45 in the morning. All of that work's already done. So I can go through and I can see all the tasks and everything that we had outstanding, any work orders, anything that was basically on our system that we've prioritized. A lot of that work gets handled while I'm sleeping. So it's a really cool thing that we've got. I'm going to get this all ready and set up before we really get into it. So I'll type this all in, but Tractor HQ, I guess you could almost call it like our parent company, if you will. It doesn't really change anything with what we're doing. Excuse me. The ownership of Tractor Tuesday is all the same. It really doesn't change anything. It's just more of an offering that we've been doing behind the scenes. So I'm going to pop this over. This is the main site. So if you're a small dealer, even if you're a large dealer, you can find something that you'll really love to see at Tractor HQ. And that's just simply tractorhq.com. Again, it's the same headquarters. It's the same team. It's really everything that made up and did and delivered Tractor Tuesday. But now we can offer this for independent dealerships and even large dealerships. But something that we're really excited about are interactive walkarounds. And you'll see some of this in other, industries, maybe some like automotive, for example. But we take it to the next level, and we allow the dealerships to mark up these own hotspots. And you can imagine there's a lot of nuance. You see a new machine, you really don't have too much to worry about. It's usually on the used equipment. Like, does it have this? Does it have that? When you really get into something and you go through like the cab of the machine, I think that's where it really gets interesting, is the 360 cab view. So you can pull this up and take a look, and we'll look at the same fent that's on the other one here. But, you're going through it. I mean, you could literally mark on this headliner, there's a scuff. You could, go through and, oh man, when my kid was there and we spilled the coffee, and, all those types of things. So we can make hot spots. We can mark up anything you want. And honestly, you as the dealer or the seller can do all this legwork. You don't need to wait on somebody to put a ticket in and hopefully get this all set up so you can figure it all out. So we've got, maybe about a dozen websites or so you can go through, and you can see what we've done, and you can talk about us and everything that we are at Tractor HQ. That's all great. Again, it's the team here at Tractor Tuesday, but most importantly, what I love is just simply our pricing for dealerships is by far the best in the industry. Starts off at $295 a month. Literally $300 a month, $3,600 a year. You can have up to 100 listings with all of these tools. And something else is a software company that Tractor Tuesday is, or Tractor HQ is here. We've got a whole enterprise suite. Well, what does that mean for the average guy? Well, God, do you need invoicing? Do you need a CRM tool? Do you need any sort of chat support, or what we really consider something that's very, very powerful is what we do with our next gen SEO brand that really makes your website more so performance driven and gives you some of those advantages. And I like to even just showcase this, and we're probably really getting into the weeds here and showing more than we probably need to. But we have a lot of brands at Tractor Tuesday that honestly most people really, aren't familiar with. So I'll stop my screen there. But again, Tractor HQ, if you're a mom and pop dealer, hey, that's great. We support some large dealerships as well. And we're excited to make some of those announcements as the sites are finished and are rolling out. But we've got several dozen in the works, and that's part of what we're doing here at Tractor Tuesday. A lot of farmers stop by, and there's a group of dudes that just came in the office right now, and they either want to play ping pong upstairs or get a cup of coffee, but they're always wondering what's going on. Why is everybody just clicking a mouse here, and where's the mechanics? And that's not necessarily what it is. We're more of the technology and the team behind the technology at Tractor Tuesday. So just wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update of what we've been working on. And my fingers are bleeding, not just from the farm, but from typing so much. So we've been really busy with what's happening here. Still no guest yet, so we're just going to keep winging it and hopefully coming up with a few more things to talk about here. But the way it's been going at Tractor Tuesday is pretty good. We've got a big date coming up for auction, which is what more so we're known for. And again, our auctions are a lot different. There is no commission. There are no fees. If you're a seller, there's no listing fee. The next big date is August 25th. And so, yeah, I guess we got our guy here, Chet, is coming on board. He's just getting his monitor set up, it looks like. So we'll introduce Chet again. He's been on the show probably back in February. We had a unit of his that we took to auction, and he's got a couple announcements as well from what they did. They moved their dealership up to South Dakota, and we can let Chet talk about that a little bit more. So, yeah, Kyle, if you want to bring him in here or make sure he's dialed in, we'll talk to Chet and see what he's got cooking up there. So, hey, Chet, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no problem. I was already rambling. It was good timing. I was about out of words to say. I didn't even know what to think next.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So DOT, you're getting a big fine, or what's going on up there?
No. I don't know. I kind of hesitate to say this, but I think maybe should, because it might serve somebody well in the future. I've got says on the 14th of June, I ran into somebody. But yet I've got no damage on my vehicle. So it's just it's a fishing expedition.
Okay.
And yeah, it's turned out to be a lot of fun.
Oh, well, it's part of the game, I guess. If you're not having fun, you're not really doing much.
It's the police came out and he's looking at the trailer and he's kind of deer in the headlights look, and he says, "Well, there's no damage to your trailer." I says, "No."
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Be careful what you say. An insurance adjuster might use it against you. But for those that don't know, you just want to tell everybody a little bit about Thunder Valley Truck Sales and what you guys have going on recently?
Yeah. Thunder Valley's been in business since 2005. I purchased it in September of 21. Was born in Wisner, Nebraska. But I'm particular to a fault. I guess I like nice stuff, so that's what we sell. But we've never had the opportunity to have a service facility, and it just drove me nuts. I live in North Sioux, so I was traveling an hour each way, going back and forth to Wisner, and between that and not having a service facility, when an opportunity came up here in North Sioux City, I jumped on it. So we're right on I-29 between exit 1 and 2 on the east side of the interstate. So
you're just right there. And for
a
lot of folks don't know, they're not really on the Missouri River or the border of the Dakotas and Nebraska and Iowa, but there's a lot going on right in that particular area with Interstate 29. And it's interesting when you talk to somebody, they might just throw out Sioux City, and they may not understand, you could be in 3 different states, basically, pretty quick, depending on, which side of the river you fall on. Yeah. So it's kind of a hub, for trucking as well.
Yeah.
No more. Do you keep anything in the footprint down in Nebraska then, or?
No, it just didn't make sense to keep the Wisner location open. And I mean, we've got room for 5 technicians here.
Okay.
So we've got a real nice size shop. The guy that I initially hired is working in the shop today as we kind of get our legs under us. But he had been at Peterbilt for just shy of 28 years. And in 30 years of doing this, I have yet to run across a guy that was better at diagnostics and just connecting the dots on troubleshooting and meticulous. And gosh, I mean, he's just one of those guys. If he sees something that needs to be done, he just does it. So as an employee, you feel really blessed, to have someone that approaches it as if it's his own.
Yeah. And I think what we should do is, You need to take some images of some of the builds that you got going on right now, because you were explaining one to me on the phone about a week ago, and it sounds like you got some really interesting builds going on inside the shop. So I guess what's the most exciting thing you guys are working on right now?
We've got we've taken a number of these pre-emission trucks with cats that had, real recent overhaul documentation, a transmission, and at least one differential, and we just basically start over with them. And we've had some really good luck with them. We had one of them that didn't probably get the kind of luck that we like to see with people, but overall they've been serving people really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
he just what happened here?
Oh, your old phone's playing with you. Yeah. There you go.
So anyway, he calls every once in a while and
Uh,
just to visit and talk to us about the truck, and
yeah.
he's had really good luck with it. And obviously that's the stories we like to hear.
Yeah.
You hate to hear about like I said, the kid from South Dakota. It's
Mm-hmm.
he had some rear end problems with it. And it just,
Yeah. Well, it's
no,
part of doing the job. I mean, you can't
yeah,
necessarily get
yeah,
everything,
it's
and
shits,
but
but I mean,
well, that's the cool thing. You stand behind what you work and what you build, and so it's there's always a little bit of buyer beware when it comes down to a unit, especially something that old. It doesn't matter how flawless, the 1993 Buick Riviera I want to get is, but still you're going to have some electrical problems. You're going to have some little bugs here and there, and you may not even catch that with the overhaul or what you're working on.
yeah.
But yeah, as far as inventory for trucks for sale, how many units do you guys have currently available?
We had a pretty good little run, so we've only got 4
Okay.
that we've got finished and run through the
Mhm.
reconditioning process. We've got 6 more that we're working on.
Okay.
This 2001 Kenworth,
Mhm.
that I call them a refurbish.
Mhm.
Where I think the restoration is more of a cab off thing, I guess. So I call them
Okay.
a refurbish. But
Uh-huh.
gosh, this thing's got 1.3 million on it.
Oh, geez.
And it's only had one driver in it. I've never seen I bet we've done dozen and a half of them.
Mhm.
The interior on this one is just nuts how
Mm.
clean it is. The couch, even the material on the couch, it doesn't look like anyone ever even sat in it, I guess, so I
So I'm
mean,
I'm I'm pretty ignorant, but is it like a W9 or what is it?
yeah, yep,
Okay.
studio sleeper, yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
We try to stick with the studio sleepers and then ultra sleepers from Peterbilt if we can.
Okay.
Obviously they're kind of a rare bird, so
Mhm.
that's not always the case, but um, yeah, it's this one's going to be, we're going to do kind of an Americana theme
Okay.
on it. We've got a blue that we're putting on the bottom half that is it's just got a ton of pearl in it, so it'll be sharp. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be really sharp.
Well, no, when you guys get close to getting that wrapped up, make sure to send over a bunch of
Yeah,
images, and we'll do a blog post or something about it
yeah,
and just kind of showcase it. And again, you can see all of your inventory at tractortuesday.com.
yeah.
Um, and something I know you don't really do much on Facebook, but I was just demonstrating, at least from a dealer dashboard side within our platform, how to export to Facebook.
Right.
And we've been really excited. We've got some deals done off of Facebook for people. It seems like that's where the majority of the leads have been coming from. At least all I can speak on is more so from the ag side. A couple local businesses here as well on the truck and trailer have had pretty good luck. We've got some cattle pots online right now that we're getting some feedback, some tire kickers, but really no deals are getting done, unfortunately, right now. So
Yeah.
it's we just try to
We,
provide more tools for everybody.
yeah, we do a lot of stuff with truck paper. That seems to be
Mhm.
working pretty decent for us.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a guy come down from Alaska a year and a half ago, I
Okay.
guess.
Hmm.
Kind of a niche truck that we had that we'd gone through, and
Yeah.
he was tickled, I guess, with the way that the truck looked and
Hmm.
everything, and gosh, before it was all said and done with, I think he bought 6 pieces from us.
Oh,
So,
geez. Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing. With the power
yeah,
of the internet. Yeah, it's an
yeah.
amazing thing. So, as far as the shop, then you guys are doing full service. Anything you can do, you can bring it down to your guys' business there, or what?
Yep, we're
Yeah.
doing overhauls.
Hmm.
We're doing frame stretches. We're installing pusher axles.
Hmm.
We're hiring guys from these OE dealerships, and
Hmm.
anything that they can do. I mean, I'm pulling the cream of the crop from them. They're not real tickled with me right now, but
Hmm.
um, and so anything that they can do, we're hiring the best of the best to come here and do it for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, that's
um,
great.
yep,
Well, no, and
yep,
so let everybody know where's the new location? Where are you at? Do you have an address or anything you can
yep.
help point people your way?
Yep, it is 1150 South Derby Lane
Okay.
in North Sioux City, South
Mhm.
Dakota.
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It's cool that you're up there, and I know it's always it can be a little bit different when you get into South Dakota and some of the different sales tax concerns. But at least everything that you've got with an on-road title, it's pretty straightforward. It's just
yeah,
the farm machinery
we're
is a little tricky sometimes.
we're doing a lot of overhauls on Cummins.
Hmm.
That's turned out to be a really frustrating product for guys.
Okay.
And what's frustrating for me is it's a couple really simple fixes that essentially doubles the life of that engine. I mean,
Okay.
it's changing the intake manifold on it to either a full tilt or PDI intake manifold, and removing the brass shims for the
Okay.
liners and replacing them with steel shims. And
Mhm.
I don't, I don't know why they haven't made those changes internally.
Mhm.
Um, but when you can do 2 small changes like that, and like I said, I mean, essentially double the life of the engine. I don't know
Mhm.
why they wouldn't want it to come out from the factory that way. So, but
Yeah.
regardless, I mean, now that we've got a shop,
Yeah. You got an opportunity
we're,
to do something and, help the customers out in your area
yeah,
or your neck of the woods. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And, we don't have the overhead like those large OE dealers, so we're able to save people a pretty fair amount of money on the labor rates. I mean,
Mhm.
our door rate is $145 an hour
Yeah.
compared to most places that are either crowding or over $200 an hour.
Yeah.
And we've got, like I said, we've got some good people, really, really fortunate with the people that we have. So
Yeah. Yeah. How
a lot
booked
of,
up are you? What's the time frame if a guy needs to send a truck up to your parts to get it like an overhaul done, for example?
well, I mean, we've only been in business at this location for, 2 to 3 weeks. So, I mean, we're
Okay.
still getting our legs underneath us.
Hmm.
We've got a lot of stuff that we're reconditioning for to be for sale. But I
Hmm.
mean, obviously a customer truck is going to take priority over a stock truck. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if it's something that needs to be done, we'll get it in right away.
Okay. Well, yeah,
So, I
you heard
mean,
it. Yeah.
I don't suspect I'm going to be able to say that forever to people, but
Hmm.
as it stands right now, I mean, obviously you want to put your best foot forward. So
Hmm.
you do what you can to create that reputation.
Yeah. Well, and that's all you can do is just show up every day and, get through another one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, part
Yeah.
of the game. But well,
Yeah.
Chad, seriously, when you get more on that more of that patriotic theme, we'd love to see
It'll,
some images. Yeah, we'd love to really show kind of the final, and even take some before pictures or as you're going, and document the process because I
right.
think it'd show well and it'd kind of help build the story on that unit as we try to
Yeah.
advertise it and promote it and get it sold for you.
It'll be as nice as that 4440 was.
Yeah, no, it sure was a
Yeah.
sweet rig. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just and it's I know the buyer of that one was really happy with that unit, and
Yeah.
of course he was.
Yep.
He got a great deal to boot. So,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
the quality that you get, when you go through you guys. And Thunder Valley Truck Sales is doing some really interesting things and got a good reputation. So I think that's what helps.
We try.
Yeah.
Yep. We try.
And is
Yep.
it just I'm always used to looking at your guys' site on Tractor Tuesday. Is it just thundervalleytrucks.com or what's the best way for folks to find your inventory?
Uh, just one truck. So
Oh,
Thunder
Thunder
Valley
Valley
Truck.
Truck singular. Yep,
Yep.
.com.
Thundervalleytruck.com.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll make sure we'll have that in the description of the video. And but yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it for now. When do you think you can have some updates on the patriotic theme rig?
It'll go to paint probably next week.
Okay.
Take a couple weeks. We got some stainless that we want to hang on. Once we're done with that, we want to give it another good looking over, I guess, make sure that something hasn't reared its head, since we have done all the mechanical stuff to it already, but it's always a good idea to look them over just one last time. So it'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks before we get that thing completed and to a point where we want to share it with people. I've got a guy wanting to buy it right now, and he's kind of disgusted with me because he wants to buy it the way that it is. And I told him, I said, there's, of all the ones that we've done, this one deserves that second lease on life more than any of them. I said, I appreciate it, but
no, it's already got plans,
Well, I'm bracing my feet, I guess, maybe being a little bit stubborn.
Yeah. Well, it's part of it is when you can be kind of a perfectionist sometimes, it's just, we all run into that as well. So
it's your own, it's your best and your worst attribute sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But it's I think it's a good thing. So well, hey, Chet, we'll leave it here for now, but please send us some updates. Let us know how that truck's going. And everybody out there, check out thundervalleytruck.com, singular. Again, Thunder Valley Truck, all together, one word, .com, or just go over to Tractor Tuesday. We'll showcase a couple of pieces there. We've got, I think, all 4 or 5 of your units on our site currently. And for anybody out there that wants to reach out, that's the best place to find you, thundervalleytruck.com, or check us out here at Tractor Tuesday. But for everyone in the audience, I'm Zach Bosley with Tractor Tuesday, tractortuesday.com. Our friend Chet McCabe, good friend of the show, here with us today. And we'll keep everybody up to date on what we've got going next. So, Chet, good to see you again. And thanks again for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
Yep. See you, Chet.
All right.
Till the soil